the things that we're working on hard right now is testing out promotions in the summer, because we want to figure out what is working with our clients now, because when the holidays come around, we're going to double down on what works and we're going to throw out what doesn't. And that is why preparation starting now is absolutely crucial.
Like, we started selling this product out of the trunk of our cars.
Don't be afraid to fail.
Inventory management is about balance.
Get the product out. That's number one.
I've always preached sustainable growth.
So we just started building community.
Look at the data.
Product development is everything.
Yeah, we say we're a brick, click, and pop.
But you have to love what you do.
All right, everybody. So it's time. We're gonna bring out some really heavy hitters on Shopify strategy. I've seen these guys execute some phenomenal campaigns over the years, and I'm just really happy. I know that they're incredibly busy right now. So me and Yvonne have been hounding them to like commit to this and make some time, and they take it very seriously. So they wanted to do a really good job and give you guys some really good value. So without further ado, I'll bring out my really good friends and colleagues, Dan, Jordan, and Simon Trafford. Come on out, guys.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Hello.
Really glad to be here, as always. So I'm gonna start, and I'm probably gonna take about 15 minutes, and we're gonna talk some super high level strategy around advertising and what you can do with Facebook specifically and Instagram ads to just, blow up your holiday season to the biggest, and best that it can be. And then Dan's gonna hop on here and chat about what, Dan?
I think I'm going to dial in product pages and just overall UX and things you can apply to really, like you said, maximize sales.
All right, so that's kind of like going back to Scott's customer value journey. We're going to talk awareness and engagement, and hopefully all that leads to massive conversions. So right on. Let me tell you a little bit more about myself. You can see this little guy here. That's my 11-day-old son named Sonny. So that's what I've been busy with for over the last week and a few days. But you know what? He's well behaved and we're getting some good sleep. So all the cliches, As Scott was saying too, that last year and the years before and all this kind of stuff, the Olympics of e-commerce is the holiday season. And last year, I think we ran over 35 campaigns. So we have access to the data of all 35 campaigns and above. Probably not going to name names, but we're going to be able to show you what you can expect and how you can best prepare for maximizing this season. We spend probably well over $2 million a year on advertising at the agency here. And we have been Shopify experts since 2015. So we've been in this game crushing for at least a few years. Let's talk ads, shall we? The key to success for this upcoming big season, and I know it feels like it's far away, but we want to start preparing now. And I'm going to go through a whole bunch of ways that you guys can start like today in getting prepared using advertising to get that 100x ROAS that we've all been looking for. So I'm going to talk first about dialing in your creative and your ad copy. So this is going to be brief, but I want to give you a couple of huge pointers that we've figured out with our ads that we've run, and how to write them and what to expect from them and what your objectives with these ads should be. The second thing we want to talk about is knowing your audiences, and again, preparation. You want to start figuring out which audiences are going to perform best now, and probably for the last few years anyways, but we'll go a little deep into that one. So let's start with creative and copy. Test. To find the best creative and copy, you want to try as many things as you possibly can and figure out which ones resonate best with your audience. Because here's a little ad we're running now for our socialites little company called Love Catnip. That's why I can show you all the good stuff behind it without feeling guilty, because it's ours. So here's an ad that we're running. Actually, we started 5 days ago. It's got 166 shares as of this morning, 1,000 likes, tons of engagement, and looking pretty good, right? Here's another ad for the same company. 2 shares, about 50 likes, all well and good. Not the massive performer you're seeing over here, right? Well, guess what? The ad on the right performed way better when it came to sales. So the point being is you have to test things, and we're going for conversions here. We're going for purchases, and it doesn't matter that this ad here has only 2 shares and a few comments. Sometimes a product on a white backdrop can sell better than a $10,000 video that you've produced and put sweat and work into and months working on. And, you know, what we care about is not, you know, I mean, maybe there's a point at which you want to start thinking about engagement and getting those numbers racked up, but I'm interested in sales. So it's finding those ads with the objective of conversion that actually convert. And on the ad side, that's just part of it. Your landing pages and your website, as Dan's going to hop into, is a whole other beast. Specifically going into the holiday season though, I want to introduce you to a tool on Facebook called lead form ads. And these are basically, this is a lead form, and this is a contest we ran kind of before Black Friday last year, I believe. And what it is, it allows people to sign up to your contest, in this case, right on Facebook. So they don't have to go to your website, right? Which is pretty cool because you can get a massive amount of leads going. Now this contest did really well. Here's the results of it. So we had 794 entries over some period of time at a cost per result. So every one of these leads, every one of these email addresses that we got cost an average of 13 cents to get, which is pretty awesome, right? I'm gonna blow your mind a little bit here though. So we've also done, so what contests are great. Get that list. There's money in the list. I am telling you that. I'll show you a bit more on that in a minute. And I think Yvonne is actually gonna talk some email stuff later. So that'll be hype. Here's one for an early access Black Friday sale. So same concept as the contest, except we're just asking people to say, give us your email and we'll give you early access to our big discount or big offer, whatever our offer happens to be on Black Friday. Same idea. Here's the results. So we got quite a bit fewer. It was a similar amount of impressions. That's what these are here. Way less, and on average $2.17 per lead. So you'd probably look at that and be like, wow, I'd much rather do a contest because I got 10-cent leads, and that's amazing. In fact, these leads, not every lead is created equal. So the difference between a contest and actually signing up to buy something is massive. So the contest people, easy to get. Their intent is to get free stuff out of you, not to buy stuff off of you, right? So what makes these early access ads really powerful and the leads much more valuable is that people are signing up because they want to buy, right? So similarly on a website, say you have a sign up for your first purchase and we'll give you a nice little gift with purchase. That is a really good lead. You know, you want to go for these email addresses. You want to build your list with people that are wanting to buy, not people that are wanting to just get free stuff out of you. Cool. So here's an example of how powerful list building can be on a Black Friday. And I'm going to talk about cost of running ads in a bit here, but what I'm trying to get at is that if you can build a list full of really awesome people using advertising, you can really capitalize on that list during Black Friday. So this particular campaign generated almost $20,000 off of emails. This is us following up with emails, which is pretty crazy. let's talk now about, I'm going pretty quick here because I don't have tons of time, but let's talk now about audiences. So who should you be serving ads to? And again, the key here is to prepare. We want to seed your pixel with amazing audiences and get Facebook and Instagram to collect that data starting now, if not 2 years ago, so we know exactly who we want to hit when the big days come. Okay, so if anyone's going to screenshot anything today, I suggest screenshotting this little image here. And what this is the hierarchy of lookalike audiences from best at the top to worst at the bottom. So what happens is with our little catnip company there, for example, it's quite new. You kind of have to start at the bottom. So you have to start with easy data points. And I hope this isn't over anyone's head right now. If you want to talk lookalike audiences and go deeper on this, we're more than happy to do that. But basically what a lookalike is Facebook's going to collect this data and it's going to use that data to find people exactly like the people who are engaging with your Facebook and Instagram, or are looking at your website, or looking at 3 pages on your website, or spending time on page. So as you can see, it starts at the easy at the bottom, so we can get engagement quite easily. We can create audiences and lookalike audiences out of that engagement, and no problemo. Where you want to get, and this will happen with time, the ultimate thing you can do is have a list of 1,000 people who have ordered off of your store more than twice, 2 or more times. And then we can even add into that how well those people are engaging with emails. Okay, so definitely some big concepts here, but more than happy to chat about them further. Screenshot this, go for your purchases. You need, as soon as you get 1,000 people purchasing, those lookalikes start to get really, really powerful. On the retargeting side, when it comes to Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and whatnot, we want to go ham because I think on my next slide here, yeah, I'll show you. We want to go hard on retargeting. So we want to go like as spend everything that we can, get the people that have engaged with our brand and put ads in front of them on those big dates, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and before and after, and however you want to run it. Because those are people that as Scott was saying, have been warmed up, right? We want to get the hottest people to our store, because what happens around this time is all of a sudden ad real estate gets incredibly expensive. So I pulled this number from one of our clients that had a very successful Black Friday last year. So November 29th, 2019 was Black Friday last year, and CPM, which means cost per 1,000 impressions, which is how Facebook actually bills us for buying ads off them, was $14.15. All right, it's not overly high, but you just look a month later, or a couple months later, in January, this is all of January, CPM drops down, it's 1/3 of what it was on Black Friday, right? So our money's only gonna go 1/3 the distance it will on any other day in a year. And January is a pretty tame month. So what that means is we have to spend incredibly intelligently. We got to be smart about how we spend, right? Because trying to just blast things out there with creative that may or may not work, you can actually end up spending a ton of money and not getting much results. But if you have that dialed in audience, you have that big, massive email list that you've been building starting now, going into Black Friday, you can start to see some big returns on retargeting. Now, this particular chart I'm showing you here is based on a summer sale that we just did. So one of the things that we're working on hard right now is testing out promotions in the summer, because we want to figure out what is working with our clients now, because when the holidays come around, we're going to double down on what works and we're going to throw out what doesn't. And that is why preparation starting now is absolutely crucial. So as you can see here, so this 30D ad testing, this is fully cold audiences. So it actually performed quite well. Here's our lookalike audiences that we're going after. So these are much more, honed in audiences for this particular account. Did a lot better. The retargeting crushes it, knocks it out of the park, right? And those are all the people that have been warmed up. And that is all the time I have. I'm not going to pitch you super hardcore, but if I just put this course together, what was it, last month or the month before, where we ran a live Shopify store build. The recordings are available to you now. And I know there's someone's posting, there's some free resources out there, but this is 8 hours, a walkthrough from top to bottom of how to build a store on Shopify. And the best part of all, you only have to pay what you can. So $5 Canadian, which is like 30 cents USD, will get you a fully built Shopify store. Thanks, guys. Dan, I'm gonna pass you the mic.
Okay, thanks, buddy. I'm just like looking outside right now and feeling like a little bit depressed that we're talking holiday season, and for us that live in Canada, winter is coming. But it seems like the main point is just preparation and getting things really dialed in, and that's kind of where I'm jumping in on the product page. And I'm going to be actually going over a case study. We've been working with this specific client for over a year, and we've just been doing incremental changes on the website that have really, really increased revenue. And I'm going to show you some of the changes that we've done. And even doing this exercise, I've noticed a bunch of stuff that we got to do right now to prepare for Black Friday. So let me share my full screen here. Is that working? No. Bear with me. Alrighty. So yeah, the changes that we've been doing incrementally over the last year have dramatically increased revenue. I mean, we're talking 394% from July 2019 to July 2020. Our conversion rate has increased 59%, not to 59%, that'd be insane. But even just in this halfway through August, our monthly revenue has increased by 409% compared to 2019. And it's not like this client was doing Mickey Mouse numbers to begin with. So I know there's still a lot of work we can do, but I think as we all can appreciate, websites are never really done. So I'm gonna be pointing out items on the website that we're gonna be working on this holiday season. And yeah, I'm stoked to be getting ahead of it because there's a few. So let's kind of like jump in. So what can a person, a guy or gal, really get dialed in for Black Friday, Cyber Monday? So I'm just gonna literally show the website and kind of talk about the things we've done. So I think where all good entrepreneurs and marketers should start is with data. You need to dial in your Google Analytics. It's so important for defining who your customers are, their age, their gender, where they are, what tech stack they're using, and figuring out your top performing products. It's the classic 80-20 rule. 20% of your products are gonna make up 80% of your online revenue. So start with optimizing those products and then using some qualitative data tech, true conversion. Figure out how people are interacting with your pages. Scroll depth is really interesting to see. And you can even do session recordings if you're feeling super creepy. I'm actually just gonna, I keep jumping in and out of slides only because I wanna show people the tech stack that I use to get this data. So can we see this? Yeah, hello?
Yep, looks good.
Okay, cool. So Google Tag Manager, I use that to dial in all the tags, Google Analytics, Google AdWords, Google Search Console. This is gonna diagnose the health of your website. And we have Google Optimize. This is an amazing tool to do A/B testing on the variables of your website, such as call to actions, image, where text is gonna go, all that kind of fun stuff. And then true conversion, I was talking about your heat maps, your scroll percentage. Simon, what do you say this kind of is a reference to? Alien?
Predator.
Movie? Predator. All right. Either way, cool stuff. And then you have your creepy session recordings. But yeah, basically I've been using and utilizing these tools to dial in the look and feel of ocean sports. That's why I'm wearing this sweater right now, if you can see it. And I'm kind of sweating profusely because my apartment is raging hot. But anyways, I'm going to show you how the website looked before collecting a lot of this data. It was very, very traditional. We can all see this screen. Yeah, cool. You can see we have our big hero image, banner, we have our call to actions, these are graphics, just a really like traditional, cool, modern looking website. Well, turns out that's not what really resonated with our target market. We had to scale it back mega. And by mega, I mean basically make it look like a catalog. We can all see the website. You can see we've basically removed all hero, all banner image, removed a lot of the call to actions, and it's just stripped it down to straight products. We keep this homepage continually fresh by introducing new products, if not on a daily, a weekly basis. And I've done this for another client recently because the data showed me similar correlations, and they've been having a historic month too. So it's very, very important to let your data dictate your site hierarchy and your site design. Another really awesome feature, and this really applies to the Shopify stores that have a robust amount of SKUs, amount of products, is a mega menu. We added this mega menu with an app called Quickify, Q-U-I-K-I-F-Y. I have tons and tons of products on this page or on this website. And if you do, you can use this to help categorize, organize, and thus direct your customers to their ideal products. Additionally, with this mega menu builder, you can add graphics and promotions in it. So that really helps amp up your holiday offer implementation. And some of the things we're going to be working on here in the next month or two is dialing not only Black Friday, Cyber Monday specific navigation, but mobile navigation. Jump over here. Another thing that we're using a lot more than pop-ups, when Scott was talking about the dating analogy, when you first come on a website, it really sucks to be hit with a pop-up. I mean, we look at the analytics, we see that the bounce rates are increased. It's too much too soon, right? It's similar to the dating analogy. So if we can put in a flyout kind of like this, that pops up around, or sorry, flies out in around 30 seconds or based on scroll percentage, we see people really engage with this and stay on our website. So, I mean, if you're thinking about building out your Black Friday, Cyber Monday list, this is a great way to do it. And you can even start as of right now. I mean, one thing you definitely want to take into consideration is not cannibalizing sales, but this is something we used last year and the year before, and it was extremely effective. All right, I want to jump. Yeah,
can I mention something quick here, Dan? Yeah, so it's a really good point about cannibalizing your existing customers who are still ready to buy, even though there isn't a big promotion happening like Black Friday. So just going back to those lead form ads that I was talking about, you can run those off of your website so people can see the good people that you want to see them can sign up for that. And the people that are coming to your site either way to buy stuff are still going to buy now, as opposed to waiting for this big promotion.
Totally. Yeah, no, I love it. But yeah, I'm going to now really dial in the product page, because this is 100% the most important page, or the most important pages on your website. This is where magic happens and money's made. Prospects are so close to purchasing, they just need a little push or a little shove to get them there. It's a general industry average. This is pretty gracious for some Shopify stores, but 1 out of 100 people who see your product buy it. Your entire e-commerce focus should be getting that number to 2, 3, and even 9%. So if we break down the numbers right now, I can really illustrate how effective the conversion rate can be. Let's say that you sell a product for $24 and 500 people see it a day. Industry average, 1%. Well, that means 5 people at $24 per day, or sorry, 25 people purchasing at $24 equals 120 per day. 120 times 365 equals 43,800. Now, let's say that we can get that conversion rate up 1.5% to 2.5. So same amount of people, 500. Now at that 2.5% conversion rate means 12.5. 12.5 times 24 equals 300. 300 times 365 days in the year equals 109,500. That's a 150% increase in online revenue just right there. That's why it's so damn important to have your conversion website, or your website optimized for conversions. And although I could literally talk about this for hours, I'm just going to give you the foundational pieces. The first steps in increasing conversions is answering the questions your customers, not you, need answered. So the first question is really comes down to trust. Trust comes second to none. You're asking people to give you their money. People hate parting with money. In fact, it's the part of the brain that experiences pain, especially when you're parting with cold hard cash. So make sure that people know you're not just some dude sitting in his ginch in his parents' basement hacking darts, that you're a real company, that they can trust you, and that they'll get what they purchased on time. And that's kind of something we have dialed in here. Just subtle. Born in Canada, established 1965 or 1975. These guys have a lot of goodwill associated with their brand, and we try to portray it as much as we can wherever we can. Number two, how will this product be delivered and how much will it cost? We have this dialed in just right here. It's so important to have this dialed in for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. I've read some crazy horror stories about merchants being unable to fulfill products and taking that daily, monthly revenue and reinvesting it into Facebook ads, only to owe tens of thousands of dollars. And just be in the hole. So make friggin' sure that you can live up to what you're telling people. Otherwise, vendettas are going to be created. What does the product look like? I know this is something we're really going to be focusing on here in the next month and a half, but people don't buy what they don't see. Show your product in use and showcase the user benefit. If you can, have between 5 to 7 photos and 1 to 2 videos. If you're doing that, you're crushing it. Number 4, how does it work? The question really comes down to functionality. Simply put, a confused customer doesn't convert, and you need to make it absolutely abundantly clear what your product does and how it does it. Specify user benefit versus feature. So a feature would be like, this product has a battery life of 48 hours. A benefit would be, you can use this product over the weekend without having to charge it. Speak to that transformational benefit state. Number 5, what's the size of the product? It doesn't matter if you're selling apparel, home goods, courses, whatever. You need to share exactly how big or small something is. Essentially, will it fit on my desk? How is it going to look in my house? Will it fit in my garage? And last but not least, am I able to return it? Do I have to pay for shipping? What are the terms and services? How many days do I have? Is it the receiving date or the shipping date? When people are separating themselves from their cash, they're going to be asking these questions. This is kind of some of the things to really expect, and you want to have it dialed in, even in emails, just on a weekly basis, letting them know they'll be refunded, either given an online store credit or straight cash. So I kind of ripped through that just to save a little bit of time, but recap, gather all the data you can right now while you still have time, because you'll be able to adapt, revise, and refine. And we've looked at some small changes that are having huge differences. And just think about small things like removing banners, going for a specific catalog, product-focused homepages. Use Google Optimize to dial in experiments and use it in conjunction with Google Analytics, so you can see which CTAs or which images really work better. Finally, get the 6 questions answered that I had laid out. And if you want additional resources, just hit me up in the Facebook merchant group. Oh, I am sweating so bad. This is ocean sport, by the way. That's the only reason I'm struggling through it. I'm taking this off big time.
You got ocean sport on your back right now.
I think I have preparation.
Awesome. Thanks, Dan. Is that a wrap, or are we seeing like a makeover happening in real time here?
I'm taking that off. Whew.
Okay, thanks so much, Dan. All right. I think that's a wrap. That was a good way to walk out there. A little outfit change. We're going to transition into a little Q&A here. So Dan, Simon, obviously these guys are some deep wizards with some deep knowledge. If you have any questions, we can bring them up with Cassandra, with Simon, with Dan. If you have any questions for anybody who's presented so far, this would be a good time to hop in there. I know we've been answering a lot of questions in real time in the Q&A, but we can spend some time answering some more. We have a first one that popped up here from Jared Herrera. Asked, and this would probably be directed at Dan, how did you customize the product page that you were showing?
Yeah, I coded it. But what a really important part to do though is to make sure you have it plotted out. A tool like Marvel is really good. I find that being a developer and designer, the crossover is just kind of not there. If you're going to hire someone off Fiverr or you're going to get a developer from wherever, just make sure that you're not giving them too much leeway.
Alternatively, a lot of themes come with pretty good product pages right out of the box. There are also apps available such as Zipify or Shogun that allow you to do like a lot of drag and drop development. The catch is you got to pay $30 to $70 a month for these kind of apps.
Yeah, that's a good suggestion. We definitely use Zipify for a lot of contest pages. It's good for merchandising. Like if you're going to do a Black Friday page, it's really easy to put one together with a tool like Zipify or Shogun.
For sure, and just make your product pages next level. Like,
you know what? I totally forgot to bring this up, but I have something to post in the Merchant Mastery group. It's like a little bit of a holiday product page checklist that people can reference. Can I just share my screen really quick? I promise.
Yeah, yeah, let's do it.
I'll share those links to these apps here too.
Yeah, so I find these just to be like, this is just a winning product page. It's tried, tested, and true. I'll post it in the merchant group, but building trust, unique selling propositions, product, feature, benefit, testimonials, photos, order fulfillment, proper heading, subheading, all the good stuff right there. If you got those, you're on the right path and ready for Simon's big ad strategy.
We did get a question from Kelsey, was saying, Kelsey Vercello said, are there any videos of quick breakdowns of coding? This is my struggle to customize some of my pages.
Quick and coding, huh?
No, I honestly, if this is a big challenge, it may be worthwhile getting a tool like Zipify or Shogun. Like,
I use Zipify quite a bit.
Yeah, I think it might be, if developing is like a frequent activity, and it usually is, it might be worthwhile getting an app to make your life a lot easier. I think it could be worthwhile.
It's also one of those things with an app, you'll have the support if for whatever reason you've done something and kind of messed it up. Personally, I went through and actually destroyed my store trying to add code because I have no idea what I'm doing. And I would never suggest that if you're not familiar with it. If it's something you want to learn, there's a ton of resources out there. But if it's something that you're like, let's just do this quickly, I would use an app.
Hey, not to put you on the spot, but isn't there going to be a feature unleashed that on product page you'll be able to move around sections?
That's what they're working on. I think that's what they're working on currently. I don't know timelines. I would say if you're like getting ramped up for BFCM, I probably wouldn't wait for it because I just don't know when it's going to be coming out.
Totally.
That's a really good point though, Cassandra. Most apps have the most phenomenal support. Like when we're working with a lot of apps, it's like we have friends that are like on like helping us. We were trying to do something with a recharge the other day and we just got on the phone with someone and boom, away we go. So I think apps definitely are great on the support side. That's a good point. A couple more questions here. This one, I think maybe it's towards Simon's presentation. It said for the lead form ads, it was $1,000 a day. Are you basing your ad budget based on the cost of your product? I don't think it was $1,000 a day. Simon?
Sorry, I was just typing out the answer to that, but I will vocalize it. So that was about a $30 a day budget over a month. So sorry for the confusion there. Spent about $1,000 total. One of them generated, what was it, like 700 and some leads, and the other one was 200. And what was the budget? Are you basing that on the cost of your product? We usually base, not for the lead form ads. No, the cost of the product more comes in when we're actually trying to go for conversions on a directly from an ad. And that's when we start looking at things like ROAS. So which means return on ad spend. So that definitely does impact or have an impact when you have a higher price point product, because if you can sell a ton of them, your ROAS is going to be huge. But if you have lower price point products, it becomes a bit of a challenge to try to get that ROAS up to a 3 so you can start scaling. I hope that makes sense. I don't know if it does.
Okay, we have a few more questions, Simon. It looks like you're in that Q&A. Do you mind hopping in there and maybe answering a couple?
Sure.
We do have a specific one for Cassandra. I don't know if you saw that. Dasa from Vancouver is launching a mobile app and included Wix website linked to Shopify. I'm very new to this. Need advice on how to set up return and exchange policy. This might be like a Shopify support question.
Yeah, let's start.
Yeah. Sorry, I would say, Dasa, I would reach out to support. They're going to have like the technical background, just because I would need to kind of deep dive into it a little bit more to get a better understanding of what you're having trouble with. So reach out to support. They're available 24/7 and they're fantastic.
Cool. Okay, so for Rhea's question, regarding inventory, how do you prepare for BFCM in terms of number of quantity, especially with all those sales coming in? Great question. And the way that we would do this is we would run promotions now, like a summer sale, and see what kind of pickup we're getting. So like if you run a sale and all of a sudden you're getting 10 more orders per day than you normally would, I would probably double that at least for the BFCM kind of area holiday. Yeah, so get a good feel for it by running promotions now.
Another thing that you can do as well is look at last year's sales. Take a look, what were the products that were selling, what wasn't selling, how many orders were coming through, and then you can kind of gauge, like if you have had a significant growth, then kind of gauge it on that. If your sales have been consistent throughout, then yeah, I mean, realistically, if you have the cash flow to have more on hand, it's probably better, especially if it's something that's not going to go bad or it's like really time sensitive.
Totally. Okay. Maybe this is for Dan, but Dan's built a bunch of Shopify sites for food and beverage. And Sherry's asking about what's a great product page layout for these types of products.
Yeah, I guess need a little bit more context. Like, are you doing the delivery?
Local?
Yeah.
That express theme is really good. How about we just chat this one-on-one?
Yeah, that's actually a really good answer. There's a Shopify to launch the express theme that's really good for food pickup, food delivery, and that kind of thing.
It's just it's a nice little one-pager with quick view product.
So Sherry said
page
local
description.
Yeah, local tea. I mean, a lot of the same principles apply for all these products, right? Go for the benefits of these teas. You know,
I would say with teas as well, like it's something that typically you would be able to go into a store and smell and get a really good understanding of what it is. So I feel like you need to be really descriptive of like what it smells like, if it's floral, if it's smoky. I mean, I don't know if you want to have a smoky tea, but personally I wouldn't. But yeah, just like really descriptive, because I think that's the one thing that you lose from like in-person sales versus online. A person needs to actually like have a really good understanding of what they're buying. So I would say like, I think Dan's quick list or like checklist of things that you want to include would be awesome, but just think of it more as like you're going to want to have a lot of detail in there.
That's a really good point. And just to add to that, yeah, totally leapfrogging, but like tea is a very sensory focused product, right? Smells, tastes, even like the feels. So like really good photography that kind of exudes the feelings and the senses that the tea,
Stimulates,
whatever.
Finish each other's sandwiches.
Okay, Carrie Ann, tips to convince my team to buy, I guess, Facebook, Instagram ads. I would say I'd go back, first of all, to Scott's crawl, walk, run analogy. I'd be like, let's start at a crawl. And then if they're willing to part with, say, $500, and you can show them that there's a positive return on that, a positive return on ad spend, then there is no reason why they shouldn't be 10xing that spend as well. Just start them slow, show them profit, and then they will they'll jump right in, I think. Anything else?
Yeah, excellent. I think just like maybe there's lots of questions coming in, Simon, Dan, if you guys want to just keep an eye on those and provide some answers as we move along here. They're continuing to come in, so just thank you guys for hopping in there. And Simon, Dan, thank you so much for the presentation. You guys are obviously little tech wizards and ad wizards. And these guys will be, I actually took off my jacket too, Dan. You inspired me here. So
nice.
Let's continue on schedule here. And Dan and Simon are going to be sticking around.